Dr. Veena ma'am, can we begin the session? You're not audible, ma'am.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Yes.
So we can begin the session, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to our 298th session. Yes, of course, gratitude to give thanks to all the sincere participants who are all being with us for this a great achievement. We are nearing 300. Only couple of sessions to go for this. Behalf of our head, Dr. Suresh, 14 member of the Mental Health Webinar Series, the Department of Psychology, the American College, Madurai, Madras School of Social Work, Chennai, International Center for Clinical Psychology and Psychotherapy, Germany, M.S. Chalamuthi Institute of Mental Health and Rehabilitation Center, Madurai, Red Bond Education and Psychological Research Center, Madurai, Psycho-Oncological Association. In behalf of all the institution and our 14 members and our head Suresh, I welcome all the sincere participants and today's speaker, Dr. Veena ma'am, our core team as well. Suresh sir, request Suresh sir to give more. Dr. Veena. Suresh sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Veera sir. It is an immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Veena, Dr. Veena Vani Pillai. When you look at her profile, she is very stronghold in counseling and psychotherapy, and she has done 3 masters in psychology alone. And in addition to that, when you look at that different association, when you look at IPOS, or when you take the Psycho-Oncological Association, or INSPA, Indian School Psychology Association, you take in APA, any kind of association related to mental health and behavioral sciences, and she is the one of the member. And I'm very proud to have as a core team member, and I'm very proud to have as a friend of mine, being here to share her experience and gratitude. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Veena for even she's not well today. And I think many of you may not aware about it. And she, with that illness, she is here to present her gratitude. I welcome Dr. Veena for today's session for the topic on gratitude. Thank you for accepting our invitation and being here to share your bit of learning and knowledge with us. Over to you, Dr. Veena.
Thank you so much, sir, for those kind words. And is someone sharing the PPT, sir? Suresh, sir?
I'm not having the PPT. Maybe I'm joining from my mobile.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay. Veera, do you have the PPT? I have sent in the group, sir. Okay, before that, good evening, participants, and very happy to be here on this 298th session. And today's topic is gratitude, and I'm very thankful for Suresh sir and the core team members for having me to address such a beautiful topic, because gratitude is one thing very close to my heart. And before that, we start the session, and before we have the PPT, can participants type, what do you mean by gratitude? Yes, thanks and appreciation. Yeah. Thankfulness. Yes, definitely it's about thankfulness. So when we take gratitude, mostly it relates to positive psychology. And according to positive psychology, gratitude is more than feeling thankful. It is a deeper appreciation for something or someone that produces longer lasting positivity. Okay. And also, there are a few people who have done a lot of research regards to gratitude. And they have conceptualized that gratitude is an emotion, a virtue, a moral sentiment, a motive, a coping response, a skill, and an attitude. It is all of these and more. Minimally, gratitude is an emotional response to a gift. It is the appreciation felt after one has been the beneficiary of an altruistic act. I think many of you agree with this, isn't it? So let's see what is this gratitude and how it is going to influence and in what way it has a huge impact on human beings and what are the ways and means to apply this gratitude. The next slide, sir. So like I told you, gratitude is like recognizing the good in everyone and also acknowledging. So gratitude has two stages. One is recognizing the good part and also the second one is the acknowledging the good part. So we all feel happy when someone comes and says, thank you or sorry, isn't it? As we all know that human beings are social animals and they always have this longing to have this sense of belongingness. We always want someone to appreciate us. We always want someone to acknowledge us or make us a part of their group, isn't it? And gratitude, practicing gratitude will give you this feeling of no, showing empathy or compassion towards others. The next slide, sir. Okay. Yesterday, we had a great session by Suresh sir, which talked a lot about happiness. This gratitude increases happiness by 25%. So what is the connection between happiness and gratitude? And why do we feel happy when we start expressing gratitude? There is a saying that gratitude increases your happiness. And once your happiness is increased, your productivity increases. Once your productivity increases, you will have the mastery. And this mastery is one thing which will like, give an identity for you in this world. So gratitude is like a sort of cycle. So you feel, when you feel happy, that will definitely show on your productivity, on your workplace, on your relationships. And when you're happy, you tend to like work more, tend to like put in yourself, give 100% effort, put in 100% effort in whatever you're doing, so that you will get good results. And in turn, this will definitely help you to master your skills, make you a more competent person. Whenever you're trying for productivity, you will be trying to increase your skills, trying to increase your competency, so that you tend to become, you tend to become more professional. And this mastery is something which will be very unique to yourself. It will give you an identity. So just practicing this small act of gratitude will have a huge impact. And also gratitude doesn't have impact only on our physical health. It also has a great impact on our emotional well-being as well as social well-being. I'll discuss this in the further slides. Sir, can we have the next slide, please? So people who practice gratitude experience better sleep. And also when I told you, when regards to when you take the physical domain, it makes you feel like a better person. Okay, it will give you a lot of physical resilience, because when you tend to practice gratitude, your compassion, your empathy, your feelings towards others, and the resilience part also is increased. Why? Because when you start practicing gratitude, there are a few changes that happens in your brain activity. Yesterday, Suresh sir was discussing a lot about the gene mapping and also about the neurotransmitters that are emitted in our brain cells. Okay. I'm sure you must all be knowing about the limbic system, amygdala, hypothalamus, and the seat of emotions and all these things. So when you start practicing gratitude, the neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin are increased in your body. And these two hormones are known to be as the happy hormones, along with your oxytocin. So that's the reason you always feel positive or a feeling of good. Sense of feeling good or elation will be there whenever you start practicing this gratitude. Not only this, when you practice gratitude, there are neural changes that happen in your medial side of your prefrontal cortex also. And this prefrontal cortex is one thing which is very essential for your decision making or for your learning. That's the reason when you start to express gratitude, these areas in your brain becomes active. And that's the reason, because of secretion of these neurotransmitters, you will be feeling happy because of these happy hormones. And also, like serotonin and melatonin are one things which are very, very essential for your sleep hygiene. So your circadian rhythm is, balanced because of this thing. Not only this, gratitude also helps you to combat your physical ailments. It keeps your cardiovascular diseases at bay. Okay, whenever you feel happy, you feel relaxed. You'll not feel the tensions. You'll not subject yourselves to stress. So this makes you to keep your blood pressure under check. And also, most of the cardiac diseases can be prevented. And also, it will help you to immune your immunity also. It will boost your immunity. Right now, during this COVID period, everyone is talking about how to improve your immunity. Start practicing this gratitude. This is very small tip. This will really boost up your immunity system. The next slide, sir. Okay, like I told you, the blood pressure and the heart functions are kept at check because gratitude helps you reduce the production of cortisol, which is also known as the stress hormone. And this cortisol has an effect on your kidneys, wherein by kidneys produce substances known as renin, which will have influence on your blood pressure. So when these cortisol levels are decreased, that will definitely have a huge impact on your blood pressure. So when your blood pressure is under control, definitely the functioning of heart will be very healthy. Okay, this is that's the reason gratitude improves your heart as well. Okay, the next one. And also, not only the physical side of the heart, it also helps you to have proper communication, have interpersonal communication relationships. So it helps you to have the emotional part of the heart as well. Okay, and like I told you, gratitude improves a better immune system. The next slide, sir. Yes, people who practice gratitude feel less pain and ache because, like I told you, when the happy hormones are high, okay, that will, because I told you dopamine is one of the neurotransmitters that is secreted. Dopamine is one thing which will be helpful, and along with this dopamine, there are other neurotransmitters as well which will be acting. Like I told you, gratitude will have a huge impact on the limbic system and also on hypothalamus. It will influence your brain area that deals with the emotional aspect. Whenever you are feeling happy, if someone comes and irritates you also, what will be your response? Definitely, you will take it in a lighter way, isn't it? Someone comes and says, when you're happy, something happens also. Even you'll not feel that pain because the neurotransmitters, the happy hormones will be curbing, and the signals of the pain will not be sent, they will not be too vigorous. And when you're low, when you're very irritated, when you're frustrated, what happens? Even a small, slightest point, slightest thing also will be too painful for you. So when you start practicing this gratitude, you will have all these neurotransmitters that are secreting, which will help you to check your body pains and aches. Like I told you, apart from the dopamine and serotonin, there are other happy hormones like the oxytocin and the epinephrine sort of. Whenever you are doing exercises, how do you feel? We all feel elated, isn't it? We all feel very good. Even in spite of that rigorous exercise, you put in so much of physical effort. In spite of that also, you feel very happy. Your mood is elevated, isn't it? In spite of subjecting yourself to physical strain in the exercise, you feel so elated because of the neurotransmitters that are secreted while you're doing that rigorous exercise. So you don't feel the body pains, you don't feel the aches, and it becomes a regular regime for you. Initially, you will feel the pain, isn't it? Initially, when you start taking up physical exercises, you feel so tired, you will feel body aches. But once you start practicing that, definitely you will not feel that, and you will feel so elated. Even gratitude is like that. When you start practicing that, it will have as much as the effect you have while doing these exercises. The next slide, sir. Yes, gratitude helps us socially. See, most of the social psychologists believe that gratitude is a social emotion, and also they consider it to be the mother of all emotions. Okay, we all consider pituitary gland as the mother of endocrine glands, isn't it? Likewise, gratitude is one emotion which is like mother of all your emotions. When you start practicing your gratitude, the positive emotional aspects in your the way you think, your cognitive process will be rewired in such a way that you always tend to have positive thoughts. Once you start practicing gratitude, the way your perspectives, your thought patterns, and the way you think, the way you react, the way you take up decisions will be changed, will be conditioned towards positive aspects. Because like I told you, while you start practicing gratitude, the prefrontal cortex area, which is a seat of your learning, seat of your decision making, will have a greater influence. Okay, that's the reason you always tend to have that positive attitude. So like I told you, gratitude is an attitude as such. Okay, and because of this, your social resilience also increases, and you tend to be more sociable with other people. You tend to, your self-esteem increases. Tell me, when you're feeling good, when you feel positive about yourselves, when you feel positive about others, definitely the communication will be very good with other people. Your interpersonal communication, or whether no, the way you move with others, the way you tend to look up at others, the way your perspective, everything will be in a different manner. Even the other people tend to do something also. You become more empathetic, you become compassionate. Compassionate and empathy are two major things. They are like two important keys to open the door of the universe of abundance. The doors of, we all know the law of abundance, isn't it? When whatever you give, you get it back, isn't it? This is one thing like, so gratitude helps you to become more compassionate. Gratitude helps you to become more empathetic. And these two, compassion and empathy, are the two keys, yes, to open the door of the universe of abundance. And it also, yes, anyone want to say something? Okay, so it also helps you like to connect to higher self. Like I told you, it will help you to channelize, or it will help you to have interpersonal relationships, as well as it will help you to have a introspection of yourselves, and also to connect to other. I think the PPT is disturbed. Suresh sir? So the PPT is changed.
Again, ma'am.
Huh.
It's getting open. I'll begin.
Yes, yes.
Veena ma'am, am I unmute? Am I muted? No?
I will unmute myself, Abira. I think I'm audible now.
You're audible.
Huh. So, one second.
Can you mute mine, ma'am? Can you move mine? Or let me mute.
Yeah, I think I'm audible now, isn't it? Again, the PPT is gone, Veera. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, where were we? So gratitude has an impact on your physical self, on your psychological self, and in your social self. When the influence of gratitude on physical self will make you a fitter person, a fitter you. The psychological benefits will be a happier you. Like I told you, the positive emotions, the thoughts, and also you will have that self satisfaction, and also you'll have your enhanced moods because of the happy hormones that will make you a happier you. And when we talk about the social benefits of gratitude, it is a better you because of your better communications, more empathy, stronger interpersonal relationships, and also more likability among group people, isn't it? You could see people who emit these positive emotions, people who always have positive attitude tend to attract other people, isn't it? Positivity is very contagious, like a smile. When you see someone smiling at you, what would be your response? Definitely you will tend to react, isn't it? You will also tend to smile. And this positivity is something which is very contagious. You feel a happy person, and also you look at them. Sometimes you get influenced by that positivity also. And also, when I told you, mostly this gratitude will be helping you to become a better you. When you're having proper communication with others, and when you have cordial relations with other people, that will help you to become a good person, and also to be having a lot of involvement as a team member. So in your profession life also, people who tend to express this gratitude will be having harmonious relationship with each and everyone. Even there are a difference of opinions also, you tend to respect their difference, and also you respect other people for what they are because of the empathy and also the compassionate factor. So that will have a harmonious relationship, and it will have a huge impact in your professional life also. And also, gratitude brings happiness. Like I told you, by producing feelings of pleasure and contentment. Okay, gratitude impacts our overall health and well-being. Can we have the next slides, Vida? Okay. Grateful people forgive others. Like I told you, forgiving is the virtue of strong people. Okay, when you express gratitude, there are a few factors that will be a person will be feeling. One will be the optimism, the second one will be the selflessness, the third one will be spirituality, the fourth one will be empathy, and the fifth one will be the self-esteem. And all these factors will be leading to true happiness. Okay, so gratitude helps you to build positive approach towards life. The optimism whenever there is any low, when you're feeling low or depressed also, when you start practicing gratitude, that will really help you to overcome that low factor in your life, or depression in your life, or uh, but that will this optimism is one thing which will make you move in your life, isn't it? Life is very unpredictable. We really don't know what will happen in another 5 minutes, but still we all have that hope and that optimism, isn't it? That's what keeps us moving. And gratitude helps you to imbibe selflessness. This gratitude is equivalent to your unconditional love. This is one selfless act. You do it without expecting anything. Okay, start doing this. And also, it's not that you have to start expressing your gratitude to other people. Start expressing to yourselves. Like I always say, self-love, self-acceptance, and self-thankfulness. Start thanking yourself, and charity begins at home. Unless you don't have anything, you can't give it to others. So start building this relationship with yourself first. Okay, then you can move on. Can we have the next slide, Veera? Grateful people are outgoing. Like I told you, the influence of gratitude is as such that it enhances dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters that are helpful for happiness. And also it will reduce the fear and anxiety by regulating the stress hormones. Like I told you, it has a huge impact on cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And also it fosters the cognitive restructuring by evoking positive thinking. Okay, once you tend to feel positive, it will be helpful for you to be outgoing, isn't it? You tend to get out and try to mingle with other people, tend to take up challenges in your life. Okay, and also gratitude will help you wire and fire new neural connections to the bliss center. So when you start having that happiness in your life, you start to really explore yourself. You will come out of your comfort zones. Once you tend to come out of your comfort zones, that will be helpful for you to take up challenges, isn't it? Tell me how many of you are having a routine job, having a routine lifestyle. Most of us will be like used to a certain pattern in life, isn't it? We tend to wake up, we tend to take care of household chores, we tend to cook, we tend to do this, that, and everything. But when you start up practicing this gratitude, definitely that will help you to come out of your comfort zones. That will help you to take up challenges, to venture into new horizons, because optimism is one thing that will keep you moving. And gratitude, when you practice gratitude, your self-esteem, your optimism, all these things will be at high peak, and you tend to take up those challenges. And also, when you start practicing gratitude, you tend to express your feelings, you tend to emote your emotions, you will know how to channelize your emotions, be it a positive emotion or negative emotion, whatever the emotion be. This gratitude is like a catharsis process where you tend to vent out your emotions. It is a sort of ventilation for you to speak out what you are feeling. Like I told, I'll tell you an example. Whenever an incident happens to you, whenever something very bad happens to you, the other person hurts you very badly, and that was something unexpected. You never expected that the person would behave in such a manner, yet the incident happens. Okay. When you start practicing gratitude, you try to thank that person, not for the incidents, I mean, not for the hurt he has done to you, but for the experience in life he has given. And see how your perspective towards that person changes. Okay. Start thinking for a while. Thank the person for giving you the experience in life so that you have learned something. Though it is something very hurtful, you had that experience. Start saying thank you. Thank you. You have given me this experience in life and I have learned something. And see how your perception towards the other person is. Before you start practicing gratitude, you will be like, no, yeah, I have to take revenge on him or something. He did me, he really treated me so badly. Something I have to take for that, I have to give it back to him. But when you start practicing this gratitude, it will really make you an evolved person, not only psychologically, spiritually also. It will make you more evolved person. You tend to understand what was the trauma the other person has been undergoing, and also you look at the positive aspect, and you start to, like I told you in the starting, gratitude is something where you recognize an act and you try to acknowledge. Once you start recognizing and acknowledging, and your emotions are channelized, so you will feel better. Once your emotions are channelized, you will feel better about this, and this will help you to have strong interpersonal connections. So this is how gratitude has a huge impact on our physical self, on our emotional or psychological self, and also on our social self. Okay, the next slide, Veera. Yes, grateful people are, they feel less lonely and isolated. Like I told you, when you start feeling grateful, or when you start practicing this gratitude and everything, you will be oozing positivity. Whenever you are oozing this positivity, definitely people will be looking up to yourself. Yes, I should have a friend like him. I should have a person who is oozing so much of positivity. I want to like have a this friend as a companion, as a buddy for me, this sort of. And these people, as they have this positivity, they have self-acceptance, everything, they'll not feel less lonely and isolated, because they will not have any problems to build up relationships. For these people, they know how to overcome their ego. For them, relationships are more than their own personal ego. So people who start practicing gratitude, they tend to overcome their personal egos and give more importance to the relationships. The next slide, Veera. Like I told you, grateful people are more resilient. We have talked a lot about the physical resilience, the social resilience, and also the psychological resilience. So resilience is that shows your strength to bounce back whenever there is any sort of crisis. So when you start practicing gratitude, because of all the optimism you have, you tend to bounce back whatever the crisis is into. The next slide, Riga. This slide is very what is it? It has a lot of meaning, isn't it? Though the land is cracked up, dried, nothing is there, still it is able to give life. And that small plant in spite of the crisis and everything, it is able to survive there. And gratitude is one thing which will help you to have those survival instincts. The next slide, Veera. Yes. Unhappy people learn more on their weakness and struggle with their self-identity. So, when you're unhappy, you always tend to look at the negative aspects or the negative emotions. This gratitude is one thing which will really help you to restructure those thought process, and gratitude will manage and cope with your stress better, because like I told you, it will help you to minimize the stress hormone, the cortisols. Okay, the next one. Like I told you, gratitude helps to increase your happiness. Happiness will increase your productivity. So start practicing gratitude and your productivity will be increased by 50%. The next slide. I think the next slide will speak about, yes, 81% of people work hard for people who are grateful, isn't it? When you get that appreciation, tell me one thing, how many of you thank your wives or mothers whenever they cook anything for you? Can you type in the chat box? Or for that matter, how many of you say these three magical words? What are the three magical words? Can anyone type in the chat box? What are the three magical words? Okay. Yes. The three magical words are sorry, thank you, and please. Yes. So start using these words as much as possible and see how your relationship with other people change. Okay. Uh, uh, when you get that appreciation, when you get that acceptance, when you get that thank you note, you feel so elated. When someone says thank you for making me this curry or for making this for me, automatically what you tend to do, you tend to put up more effort and do a lot of work. Whenever your boss appreciates and says thank you, what will you do? For the next meeting, even before the meeting is scheduled, you will be prepared with the PPT and everything, isn't it? So gratitude is one thing which will make people work hard for people who are grateful to you. Definitely, you will have that, loyalty. The loyalty when people feel grateful about other people, that companionship, comradeship will be there. And gratitude, people who have this gratitude will, the leaders will have a great commandship and also comradeship. This is one attribute for being a true leader as well. The other slide, Veera. So these are the benefits of gratitude. It improves your physical health, it improves your sleep, it improves your psychological health. Like I told you, increases your empathy, reduces your aggression. It will make you a social butterfly, okay? Increasing your social connectivity and also enhances your self-esteem and also your improves your mental strength. So what are the ways and means you could practice this gratitude? We will see in the forthcoming slides. The next one, Veera. So a few practices are writing a gratitude letter, gratitude note. The next slide. So keep a gratitude journal. Earlier days, we used to have this habit of writing a diary, isn't it? When I was a child, I used to write whatever happened in the day and what are the things that have happened from morning till night, and who are the people, what they did for me, and how I am thankful for that day, that I got a beautiful day sort of. And it really kept me very happy, and even now, I have a few diaries and I go through that, and those memories are so cherishable. It gives me immense happiness when I look back at those old diaries. Keep a gratitude journal. Okay, you could write about your daily reflections, how thankful you are about the day, how thankful you are about God for giving you such, yes, how grateful you are for that day, and no you are having 24 hours, and how productive you could utilize that day. Keep a journal of that, and try to write what you have to do, what are the challenges you have to take up, who are the people you are grateful about, and who are the people who have been helpful to you. So you can be as innovative as you could be in doing this gratitude journal or gratitude diary or whatever it is. So to express your gratitude, you could take out your creativity out and express in your own innovative ways. The other thing, the next one, Veera. Can we have the next slide, please? Write a thank you note. No, when we were in school days or in colleges, we used to pass on small chits saying something. The teacher says, "Don't talk in the class, but you will take a bit and write something," and you tend to pass it on. So, write a small thank you note, or no, sometimes in this busy schedule where the spouses are working with random working schedules, there are times where they'll not be able to look into each other. I mean, they will not have proper communication also. The husband will be working in the morning night shifts, and the wife will be having morning shifts, and there are at times they'll not be seeing each other. But these thank you notes will really help them to have a better relationship, not only with spouse, it can be with other family members also. Whenever your child does some random act of kindness or something, small thing also, which you feel like the child has to be appreciated, give a thank you note to him, okay? This will really help your kid to realize how compassion and empathy are very essential in their life. Like I told you, I mean, I used to always say that today's kids are tomorrow's citizens. Okay, so helping your child to practice this gratitude will make them socially more responsible and socially a responsible citizen. Okay, and they will have these qualities of compassion and empathy. Okay, so when the citizens are responsible, definitely the society is also going to be very responsible society, isn't it? So help your kids to practice this gratitude. Kids always follow what we do, so tend to apply these things so that your kid follows. Okay, the next one, the next slide, Veera. Okay, embrace the beauty of nature. Nature, Mother Nature is so beautiful and has so many resources, and everything is available without, no, you don't need to spend monetary things on that. Everything, the sunlight, I mean, the sun, the moon, the stars, the rain, everything, unless we don't exploit that, nature provides us with more elements that heal you. You have, you need not go anywhere else. Just connect yourself to nature, and the healing process is so beautiful. So tend to be thankful to your nature for such a abundance that it has bestowed upon you. Try to embrace the beauty of nature. uh, uh, among all the species on this planet, we are the ones who tend to exploit this planet like anything, isn't it? This planet belongs to each and every species as it belongs to us, as much as it belongs to us. So always be responsible, and be sensible about how you are reciprocating with nature, or how you are trying to uh, uh, trying to have that relationship with your nature. Okay. Whatever you give, you will get back, isn't it? The more you try to exploit, the more calamities will be thrown at you. So you need to really know how to balance that relationship with nature. The next one. The next slide, Rita. Yes. Right now in COVID season, we all know, we all talked about the frontline warriors, how they have like really kept their lives at risk and started to think about the other people. All the frontline warriors, definitely we all expressed our gratitude with our own ways and means, isn't it? So always thank the people who help us. Be compassionate with them, be empathetic towards them, not only during this pandemic period, always be compassionate. I have this habit of saying thank you whenever I commute in an auto, or whenever I tend to purchase something from the local people. Whenever I give money and come, I always have this habit of saying thank you, and also I make it a point that I teach my son also to follow the same. So it is not about that small thank you note will make a huge difference for them, isn't it? You say that thank you for being there, thank you for doing this. There are certain things which money can't buy, and this thank you and this gratitude is one thing that will give you immense happiness, which money can't buy. Okay, the next slide. Vida, the next slide, please. Yes. I'm sorry. The previous slide, Veera, I'm sorry, there was some problem. Gratitude jar is one thing which will really be helpful for you to express your emotions. No, you can be innovative. Okay. And this is one thing which we use in grief therapy. Okay. And it works wonders with children. Okay. I'm sure you might have all attended Dr. Datta's session, where he has spoken about how he works with kids and their grief when they lost their parents with cancer. So expressing the gratitude towards the beautiful moments they had with their parents, having this gratitude chart really helps those kids to channelize their emotions, to vent out, to express their emotions, and to have that catharsis. And this will be very helpful for the grief and bereavement process. It will be a healing process, and this works wonders when you are working with children. It need not be for grief and bereavement alone. It can be like a way of expressing your gratitude as well. This can be incorporated in schools also, so that kids will develop that attitude. See, all these things, it doesn't mean only the parent has to teach to the kids, because kids spend most of their time apart from home. They spend most of their time in schools. In this gratitude journey, when you look at the Western countries, definitely these practices are there very much. Only in our Indian context, we are more inclined with academics rather than building such sort of emotional and social well-beings of the kids. So this will be one practice you could apply in your classroom setup, be it a college or school, anywhere you can. There is no age limit to start practicing gratitude. So anyone can take up this. Okay. The next thing is the gratitude rock. You could do, like I told you, you can express the gratitude in your own way, in your own creative style. So that the next slide, Vida. So the gratitude rock you could paint yourself, and you could give to persons whom you love as a souvenir, as a token of love, whatever it is. See, you could see the colorful rocks, isn't it? So one way of expressing your love that will show like how much you really value the other person. So maybe probably today after the session, you can start doing a simple thing with and start presenting to your loved ones. The next slide, please. Not only this rock, there are gratitude tree, gratitude flower, gratitude. Yes, the next slide. So see how the kids are all involved, and you could see the happy smiles that will really make the people know sense of belongingness, love and belongingness. You could see the team building in the kids, isn't it? Everyone is involved. So expressing this gratitude will help you to have that sportsmanship and comradeship and team building, all these things which I have earlier talked about. The next slide, Peter. So these are a few prompts. Like I told you, I used to write a diary, isn't it? So you could like write about what are you grateful about. There could be 3 things you hear, see with your senses, or 3 things about the relationships, about the people who are there in your lives. These are a few prompts where you could express your gratitude. The next slide. Gratitude flower. The next slide, Peter. So this is one slide. Whenever I see this flower, I feel so happy. And I used to tell in earlier one of the sessions, I told like there is one woman where I regularly buy flowers. And I told her once that I love yellow rose. Okay, every time I buy flowers there, the way of her expression of love and gratitude is she always gives me an yellow rose whenever I go. She gives it. That is her way of expressing gratitude. Only once I told her that I love yellow rose, and she kept in mind. And that shows like more than the business she does. There is some sort of other sort of appreciation or some relationship. She tends to express through her ways and means of giving that yellow rose. So this is what we all know will be longing for, no? The meaning and purpose of life, having that appreciation and acceptance from fellow human beings. This is all because the way you maintain your relationships with others. So gratitude is one thing which will be helpful for you to have positive relationships. The next slide, please. So gratitude letter, try to write letters. Nowadays, no, it's everywhere, emails or chats or everything. But rekindle that habit, get it back. Try to write letter to your schoolmates or to your any person whom you feel like writing that letter. Tend to post it and have that communication and ask how they felt. Okay. Like I told you, when you have these letters, you could sit in one place, get them and sit and read any number of times you wanted. That will really make you feel happy, isn't it? And the feeling is undescribable. Only you have to feel those things. Those will be your precious moments also. So certain things only you can feel. You can't like explain it to others. And these letters are one things which will really make your life more precious and more happy. Okay, the next slide, and make sure that you tend to give the letter by yourself, or take out that extra step of handing over the letter by yourself, and see how the relationship really like improves. You can have gratitude college, just like the gratitude tree. There are lots and ways of expressing gratitude. Okay, like I told you, be as creative as you could. The next slide. Next slide. I think we have come up to the end of the program. So saying, like I told you, the small appreciations, so small things would really make your day. Okay, one small appreciation. We always say, have 2 affirmations about yourself that will really help you to have a positive mindset about yourselves. So for yourself and for other people, at least we always tend to criticize, always tend to complain. Instead of doing that, tend to express your feelings. Like I told you, gratitude is not only about saying thank you. It is also the way of expressing your gratefulness, expressing your appreciation, expressing your way of showing that you feel good about the other person. So the next slide, Veera. It's not only about saying thank you. All these things come under gratitude. Surprise with flowers. Okay, flowers are the gifts which are not quite expensive. So need not you need not always like give what to say, precious gifts to win the hearts of other people. Any random small kind of actness, small things, one flower. Like I told you, that one yellow rose will make a huge difference for me. That shows like the other person is really concerned. See, I told her only once. In spite of that, she remembers that I like it and she is doing for me. What is there in that? Nothing. She is giving me a single rose, but that gives me an immense happiness, which is more valuable. Like I told her, money will not buy me that happiness. So surprise your loved ones with small random act of kindness or small gifts. Okay, that need not always go after luxurious or sophisticated things. Okay, small things also make a huge difference in your relationships. Okay, the next slide. So these are the ways of fostering gratitude. Like you be the role model, you spend quality time with your kids, and also you support their autonomy. Autonomy is their individuality. Help them to build their strengths and talents and encourage their ownership of actions. Like I told you, whenever they do a small random act, also tend to appreciate them and also use their strengths to fuel their gratitude. This is how you build our socially responsible citizens for tomorrow. And gratitude is one small act that will make a huge difference to you as an individual. I think we have come to the end of the slides. Veena, the next slide. Yes. Gratitude also helps to have intrinsic goals, encourage them to help others, because they tend to develop the habit of volunteering, have that compassionate and empathy, and also help them find what matters. What is your purpose and what is the meaning of your life? While they practice this gratitude, definitely they will have the thought process which will help them to introspect what is the meaning of their life. So this is how you help your kids to be a better person. Okay, the next slide. That's it. And my gratitude for Suresh sir for this wonderful PPT and also the opportunity for giving me. And now the forum is open for question and answers. I am open up. You can all shoot up your questions. There was a question by Krishnan sir already to tell me what is social butterfly is all about. So social butterfly is a colorful person who doesn't have any sort of restrictions and they are at free. Whenever you see at a butterfly, what is the feeling you get? You feel very happy and they will be here, there, everywhere, isn't it? So social butterfly is one person who has good relationships with each and everyone and will make everyone happy. So I hope I have answered your question, Krishnan sir. Yes. Yes, participants, you can type your questions in the chat box so that I can facilitate the question and answers.
Yes, thankful for that, Dr. Veena ma'am. Yes, the forum is open. People can unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat box. And Veena ma'am, please accept our 1,000 yellow flowers virtually for the wonderful session.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Veena.
much. You have made my day. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shivakumar sir, for that appreciations and your blessings. Thank you so much. And thank you, Jyoti Armugam sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Yeah, yeah.
much.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask about this gratitude.
Yes, sir.
How best or how well we can continue with the gratitude. It should come from us from the upbringing, from the childhood, or can at later stage also one can develop. What
Sir,
would be the right tips, to form this? This really, it's a very wonderful emotion, like gratitude. Once a person is having, he can win everything on the planet, ma'am.
yes, sir. So true, sir. Like I told you, to follow gratitude, you don't have any age gap. Like
Okay.
love has no age, but gratitude also
Yeah.
doesn't have any age. But you can start practicing anytime. Okay, and that's the reason I told you. Once you start to follow this gratitude, the way you look at things, the way your perspective also change.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, like I told you, you will start to realize like why the other person has behaved in that manner. You will become
Yeah.
more empathetic. You will become more compassionate. So when those two factors are there, like I told you, that will really help you to connect to higher, higher self. That is
Yeah.
how your spirituality also is influenced through your gratitude.
And other way, we feel very comfort and very, warmth and all, once
Yes, sir.
when we start expressing all these things, automatically our inner self will be elevated and you feel better in the life, like you're like some great thing you have done to others.
Yes, yes. Like I told you, there are certain things which money can't buy.
Yeah.
And these small acts of appreciation, these are very, very small random acts, sir. Whenever you look at a small kid smiling at you, a small child smiling at you, we don't have any connection with the other child. But still, when she looks at, that smile is very contagious and you tend to reciprocate. And gratitude is one thing which will help, which has the reciprocity. When you tend to do one random act of kindness and the other person is influenced by you, he starts to start following that and start practicing. He tends to do some act of a random act of kindness to other people. So he gets
Correct.
benefited by you, and that will be contagious, and he starts to follow it religiously. So this.
Right, ma'am.
And like I told you, gratitude is mother of all emotions. You start practicing this, and definitely the other emotions will have a check.
Right. Yeah,
Yes,
thank you, ma'am. Thank
yes, sir. Thank you so much. I could see Shubha, ma'am. So happy to see her. So, any other doubts, any other questions? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I thank you all for your positive and wonderful feedbacks. I'm really enjoying them, and I really can't express in my words how happy I am to have that. Thank you so much. And any other questions?
Yes, participants can share your further questions to my webinar feedback@gmail.com. With this, I call upon Dr. Subhasri ma'am to propose the vote of thanks for the day. Dr. Subhasri ma'am.
Thank you, Veera. Thank you
Yes,
for
ma'am.
calling me.
Thank
Big thanks for Veena, Dr. Veena. Please accept our gratitude towards your gratitude session.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed thoroughly your you were connecting the theory and the concepts and also the practical tips. I really enjoyed. And also I could see the the inner self is coming out and talking kind of such a genuine delivery it was. So that I
Thank you,
really
ma'am.
appreciate in you, because I know that you are a person practices also gratitude, and you make sure that you thank for even a smallest gesture people do towards you. And that is the secret of Veena is looking very young and also very happy go lucky girl. And she has a huge friends circle only because of her this kind of a gesture.
Thank you.
So I appreciate that. And also please accept our gratitude from Department of Psychology, Madurai American College, and also Madurai Chellamuthu, MS Chellamuthu Trust Rehabilitation Center, and as well as from Madras School of Social Work, and also from Psycho-Oncology Turkey, and also from the IECCAP. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. You have really touched so many hearts today with your gratitude, presentation. I am really grateful to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And getting those word of thanks from you means a lot to me. Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you for all the core team members and for all the participants who have been giving us so much of support. And definitely we are like racing towards our 300th session, which really gives us a lot of happiness, and our gratitude to one and all of all the participants who have traveled with us. Thank you so much. And yes. So participants, kindly send your queries and feedback to my webinar at feedback@gmail.com. We will meet tomorrow with yet another wonderful session. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.